Hi grade 8s, welcome to our next session in the lab. Today we're going to finally take it to the art of remixing, and we're going to take a lead line or a melodic idea that's already present and learn how to shape it and make it our own. So what we're doing is we're acting as a producer, and it's as if the artist themselves or their manager or the representative or the agent has approached us and saying, look, we heard that you're pretty good at what you do, and we want you to take his or her track and turn it into something magical. And so what that means is you have to put a bit of your touch and you have to know a few technical things to be able to make it work. So the whole point of this is you're not starting from scratch. You're starting with something that's already there, and you have to make it good and make it something that is unique to the person who's producing it, which is you. So start up by opening your DAW, get into the mix editor, click on browse loops, and first thing you need to do before you drag in the attachment, which is going to be your lead line, is you need to insert your key and your BPM correctly. So I know for this one, let's actually take a look so we can see what is. So it's right here. This is the one I downloaded. It's called Static, and it's C major. That's the key, and the BPM is 105. So I'll go and type it here, C major, and then here I want it as 105 BPM. First, that's the first thing. You need to make sure you have your key and your tempo before you do anything, or else things might get a little bit complicated for no reason. Then drag in your track that you downloaded, and here's mine. Let's have a listen to it. Like it so far? Now, with this information, with knowing my key and knowing my BPM, how do we actually use it? So the first thing is I want to add in some different loops. So we're not going to go to these packs. We're going to go straight to our loops, and I'm going to start with inserting some beats. Now, when it comes to beats, the key does not matter because who knows what note a drum is beating in or what note a snare is hitting. So it's not really doesn't really matter what key it's in. And the BPM, you don't have to worry about what BPM it's in, specifically because it's this cursor over here moves according to that BPM. So whatever you drag in here, it will move according to that BPM. So the only time that matters is when you have something that has a melodic idea. So if it's like a piano playing or a guitar playing or someone singing, that's when you really want to watch out for the BPM and for the key, both of those especially, okay? But when it comes to beats, you've got some room. So let's start off by looking for let's get to our beat. So you can pick up from percussion to hi-hats to snare to your kick and actually formulate your own drum kit. That's fine. That's really cool and pretty technical if you can do that. Let me see what we have in beats. I want a tambourine. So I've actually found one that's in 105. So, hey, good lucky me. I'm going to drag that in. Let's see how it sounds. Reduce the volume a bit. All right, that works. So right there, it's already in the BPM. Let's say if it was slightly slower, what would happen if I took this one? This one is 98 BPM. Would it make a difference? Let's see. Put it in here, mute this previous one, take my cursor back. What speed was it here? So here it's actually a little bit quicker. If you notice, it's beating quicker than here because this one was at 98 BPM. Here it's at 105. So when you drag it into your DAW, it automatically adjusts it. So you don't have much to worry about there. So let's undo that and let's work with this, and I'll unmute that. All right, next thing I want to do is I want to try and add some layer. So just a little bit of something interesting just to give it that atmosphere. So I'm going to try and find some pads. So the way this is going to work, let's take it here. So remove whatever you have in the search bar so you can have a lot of options that are available for you. Let's go to where is pad. You're probably already looking at it. I am still looking for it. Where is pad? There it is. All right, so let's see what they can give us. That could work. So the only thing is now here, when you bring in a pad, it has a melody, it has some harmony in it. So you need it to match according to your key. All right, so look at here, right here. This is in G sharp minor, F sharp minor, A minor. I need something that's in C major. So let me type in C major. And let's see what they give me. All right, here's something interesting. Let me type in the genre. If you want to get more specific, take it to the genre. Let me go for some pop R&B. Let's see what they can give me. Okay, that's pretty cool. What about here? What about this one? Let me take this one. Look at this, right in my BPM range. So that works for me. I'm going to drag this right over here. Boom. Let's see how it sounds so far. Perfect. Love it. All right. Let me first get all my main blocks and then I'll do the carving afterwards. Actually, no, let me start the carving now. So first thing is we need 16 bars. So I'm going to drag this out. Let me start off with dragging it to the 12. Actually, let's take it all the way to the 16. And then if I want to remove some parts, then I will do that. Remember, the 16th bar finishes here, just before the 17th. Don't think, oh, let me drag the 16th bar, that mark there. No, you have to drag it all the way. All right, right there. So that's going to start it off. And then I'm going to have that atmosphere in the background right there. That's going to be my pad, just to give it some nice warmth. And my tambourine, let it come in a little bit later. So let's see what that sounds like so far. Oh yeah. Let's reduce the volume of that a little bit. All right, so right there. So that's the melodic idea that our agent gave us. This is what we've done so far with our tambourine and our pads. I'll label them in a bit. Actually, let's label them now. Tambo. All right, now I feel like a kick. I need a kick right there just to help build up the energy. So let me start making my drum kit. Go right here. Let's see what kick sounds they have. Yeah, definitely not. A bit too much. This is not sounding, I don't want it to sound too electronic. Sounds like 2000. Let's work with this. So this one works, sounds good. So drag it in right there. I'm gonna label that kick. And right here, so notice how it's such a short thing. And the reason why they do that is so that you can actually manipulate how you want and copy and paste it. So if I put it here. All right, so let's keep this pad dragging out. And drag this out as well for another few right there. Boom. Then I'll copy paste this. And I will bring it in on every beat. So remember, these ticks show us the beats. The numbers show us the bars. So this is bar 10. There are 4 beats in every bar. So right here, it's already in our first bar. Copy that, Command C, take it to the next. Make sure your view is on snap to grid. Yeah, your view should be snap to grid so that you can easily move through just by using your arrows and what. So right here, moving my arrows. Let's take it there, paste. All right, so let's paste this on every beat. Make sure your cursor is where you want it to be, and paste. Paste. Now notice how here it's peaking, it's hitting the red line. We don't want that, so let me reduce it a little bit so it stops peaking. All right, cool. And then once I've got that, I'm just going to copy paste all that I've done so I don't have to do it for too long. And then just paste it. If it extends beyond where I want it, delete it. Let's go for it from here. All right, then easy stuff, basic, we already know this. I'm gonna do some subtraction on my tambo, get rid of that. On my pad, And then I'm going to get rid of my kicks just to help give it some room to bring some anticipation that something's about to happen. Then bring it in hard right there. All right, so I'm going to take in my kicks again, align it, come paste it right there. So now I want to have it in more specific areas. So let me first get my pad. I'm going to slice it up there, take this part. So remember, use your shortcut so you can move quick. We've done this for some time, so you should know your shortcuts by now. I'm using Command C, Command V, copy paste, S for slice. All right, there we go. It's back in. Then I'm going to bring in my tambo. Let me take it from here. Make sure it snaps so you get an accurate copy paste. Bring it in right here. Command V. All right, now I want my kick in a few more areas. I want it to go doom, doom, doom. So 1, 2, 3, da, da. And then I'm going to bring in a snare. So what I need to do is I need to go to my view, grid size, and I want to see it in eighth notes. So notice how that just got smaller. Let me take it back to where it was. So it was on quarter notes. So that means quarter notes means 4 in every bar because 4 quarters make a whole, so make a beat. Whereas here, eighth. Now I can do a bit more manipulation with it, which is going to work for me. All right, so let's see. Doom, doom. Yeah, so doom, 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 right there. Snap it in so it doesn't get wonky. Doom, 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 doom. So actually, let me stick with these two and take it in. So wherever this one comes in, which is right on the bar, the beginning of the bar, let me paste those two in. Then I'll do the same right here. Paste it in right there. Then go to bar 16, paste it in right there. Let's see what it sounds like. That's not what I wanted, but I actually like it. It's actually pretty cool. All right, so right now my tambourine is pretty much acting as my hi-hat because my hi-hat goes taka 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 taka. So I don't need to add another hi-hat. I already have my hi-hat right there, I have my kick, and now we're missing one last element, my snare. So let's see what we can find for snare. So I'm gonna go here, go to snare, put it as a filter. Where's the snare? You're probably seeing it right there. Let's see what snare they can give me. That's weird. Let's take it to some pop snares and let's see what they have. Nope. So remember, this doesn't matter because the cursor will automatically adjust it, so the BPM doesn't even matter. All right. That's a bit much. Let me try go for this snare. Snare, label as you go so you don't get lost. All right, so it already has more than one hit. So it's probably well aligned already. Let's see. All right, let's reduce it. I don't want it to be so prominent. Let's see now. That fits a lot better. All right, and let's keep it going. Boom. All right, let's listen to this whole thing. So this was what I was given, my static. It sounded just like this. And let's see what we've done with it as a producer that is about to get paid $100,000 for making a very worldwide track. All right, and that's pretty much it. Pretty simple stuff. A lot of what we already know. It's like some subtraction over here, some build up. So we're starting off with our lead line, bring in our tambourine to help build up that energy, bring in our kick to help bring in that energy. So right here, we're just having a nice, good intro build up, then drop it off for now the main section. This could either be a chorus or a verse, but right now it'd probably be the chorus with the way we built up everything. So that's pretty much it. What you really need to pay attention to is to the key and the BPM. So when it comes to the beats, neither of these matter. But when it comes to like adding a pad or a guitar or an instrument that actually makes a noise that so has a pitch like something like somewhere in along the pitch range, now that's when you need to watch out, because if you slow it down, the way I'm talking now, you've probably seen it in some movies where things are slowed down, then they start to sound like this. So it starts to change the way it sounds. Or if you speed it up, it starts to go really high pitch and starts to sound like this. So if you change the BPM, if you bring something in from here and drag it in here, it will get stretched or shortened accordingly. And if it gets slowed down, it might sound slightly different. If it's too quick, then it might get higher in pitch. So you want to watch out for that. And also try and get a good key. A trick you can use is if you find something that sounds really cool, that's in a different key that you're looking for, you could actually adjust the key over here. But the only problem is now it will definitely change this, and this might not sound as good as it was before. So ideally, you want to try and find something that's already within this key when you're typing it up in your loops. But if you can't find something that you like, then you can go ahead and adjust the key according to something that you found here. So let's say if I found, just to give an example, let's say if I found a pad that I really liked, like we have it in the key of G major and at 110 beats per minute. So this is how it sounds. Now if I drag it in, that the beat is going da, 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 da. Let's see how it sounds when I put it in here. Let me mute this pad. So BPM wise, it's pretty cool, but in terms of the key, it will clash eventually since it's not in the same key. So if I wanted to use this, what I would do is I would already have this part inserted, but before I drag this in, I change this to G major. So let's say if I remove this, the only problem is now I've put in a lot of things. So you'd want to do this when you only have this track, okay? And then you change the key to G major. Then it says, would you like to transpose? I'll say yes, I want to adjust. Now everything's going to get super adjusted and it's all going to sound really, really weird. So yeah. So that's why you want to only do it when you have just the melody line. And if you like the way it sounds afterwards, then good for you. Then you can use whatever pad you want to use. All right, just for fun's sake, let's see what it sounds like. Oh, not too bad, yeah? But you see now my percussion has also changed. My tambourine has also become deeper. So you don't want that to happen to all your instruments. You only want that to happen to your lead line. So I cannot emphasize it enough. Make sure you do not drag in all your tambourines, your pads, your kicks, your snares, your hi-hats. What else is there? Your arpeggiators, your brass, your voice. Don't drag in all of those things. Leave it only for your lead line. Adjust it. Then start bringing everything else in, okay? That's how you want to do it. So you find something you like. Make sure there's an empty. Adjust the key, then start bringing it in. All right, grade 8. So that's it for today. Go ahead and check out the track that I've attached for you. Go ahead and remix it, and let's make some interesting music. And next week, we're going to use these skills to actually remix a vocal track. So make sure you get comfortable with it and that you remember about your key and your BPM. Have fun doing this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you got in store. See you next week, grade 8s.